Hi everyone, we're back on 67 Hail Hail for a brand new week. I say we, I'm barely here, I'm barely hanging together. Horse Hamish is back for yet another video. I had hoped that yesterday afternoon would maybe give me a wee chance to rest my voice, but clearly Celtic weren't up for that idea and they put us through the ringer collectively. It was a nail-biting dramatic finish against Dundee that saw us win by 3-2 and extend our lead at the top of the Premiership. It was, in a way, another beautiful Sunday. And on today's video, we're going to round up all of the chat from yesterday and look ahead to another big week for the Hoops. Me and Stevie did, of course, do the reaction after the game yesterday from Babbity Bowster. In that, we covered most of the major talking points. One thing I forgot to mention that a few of you were pointing out in the comments afterwards was that, yes, yesterday, better late than never, we finally got the GG hat-trick that I've been promising for a long time. Now, that was for 25,000 subs. We've obviously now on that number at the time of the video going out. So we're well above 26,000. So we're going to skip 26,000 reward. What are we going to get at 27,000? I've been having a think, looking into the crystal ball, all of that kind of stuff. And it's a Carl Starfelt goal. Now, he's not scored for Celtic yet, but I am adamant that when we get to 27,000 subs, we will see that beautiful Swede joining a long list of beautiful Swedes to score for Celtic. I don't know what game it will happen. That's up to you guys and girls. It's all about how quickly we get to 27,000 subs before big Carl Starfelt scores. Let's move on and chat about the real hero from yesterday, GG. One thing we know about GG is that he loves to do his talking on the pitch and in the media room. Yeah, we all saw the comments afterwards, didn't we? Not only did the big man net a perfect hat-trick, right foot, left foot, header, but also he completely bodied Rangers in the media room afterwards. Here's what GG had to say. I think that we will win the championship. It's something that we really want for the club and for the fans. The squad is really good. I think it's the best in the league. I think we're a well-prepared team for every single game and have a very good plan. We stay committed to the plan. I think we're better in every single part of the team. Listen, GG, I really like you. In fact, after your contribution yesterday, I'd go as far as saying that I'm kind of loving you at this stage. But from personal experience, making daft comments that can come back to bite you a few weeks or months later is not a great move. So let's just stop all this stuff. Just wait until Giovanni Van Bronckhorst finds out how to pin an MP3 file on the dressing room wall. In all honesty, and being totally honest now, I would rather that GG hadn't have said that yesterday. I've got no problem with the confidence. That's not an issue at all. But let's keep that kind of stuff in-house. Celtic have been so good this season for not letting external things bother us. We've just been so focused and just had everyone focused. We've got one goal really this season, and it's to get back to being number one in Scotland. And everyone seems focused. And I think that's why it was a little bit surprising to hear GG deviate from that. I wonder what the PR team, and I wonder what Ange thought and even someone like Callum McGregor thought when he saw those comments. I don't think it's a major controversy because, as I say, the confidence is good, but let's just keep it in-house. I think we'll win the championship, which is what he says. That might just mean that he believes Celtic can and or will win the league, but just the way that comes across, and I fully take that English isn't his first language, but it does sound as if he almost thinks it's a bit of a formality, and that just can't be the case at the moment. I mean, look at that league table. It is still so tight at the top, and there are still so many opportunities for us to come undone. We've taken 56 points from our last possible 60 in the league now. That is incredible form. That is like invincible season form that Celtic are on at the moment. And if we'd have had even a half-decent start to the league season and not lost 3 of our first 6 games, then we may well just about have this title wrapped up at this stage. But we're going to have to keep up that form of the last 20 games to win the league, I think. I really don't think there's much margin for error, even though we have extended our lead to 3 points. So, GG, my conclusion is great on the park yesterday, a huge contribution. But let's not get ourselves involved in any TikToks in a couple of months' time. I speak from experience, and it's not a great feeling. I mean, there's a real long way to go. These fixtures here for both ourselves and Rangers before the split. And I'd say we have the tougher of those two lots. I mean, those 3 away games are all really challenging. Probably, without actually looking this up, the 3 grounds where we have the worst record at over the last 5 years. We all know about Livingston, Easter Road. We hadn't won there for ages, I'm sure. And Ibrox is, well, I was going to say it's the toughest in the league. It's probably actually the second hardest behind Livingston. That's how weird a run we have in West Lothian. But those fixtures are difficult. If we come through those 3 away matches with 7 points, we'll be in a really good place, presuming that we don't come unstuck in any of the home games. Afterwards, the split should be slightly more favourable to us. We'll have the derby at home. We'll also have 3 of our 5 fixtures after the split at Celtic Park. Rangers will have 3 of their 5 away from home. We'll wait and see what the makeup of those are once the SPFL works it out. But this is going to go down to the wire, this title race. So, let's be confident, but let's keep it in-house. Right, Ange's verdict on yesterday. He reckons that it was a good result and a good performance, that he feels we should have won the game more comfortably, but that we let Dundee back into it with those set-piece goals that we conceded. Seems like that's a bit of a worry for Ange, and certainly should be, given the amount of set-piece goals we've conceded over the last 3 or 4 weeks. Ange reckons that we needed someone with presence like Gigi for the game yesterday when Dundee were playing so deep. And finally, he was pleased that the team didn't get flat, even when the fans got a little nervy at 2-2. Now, Celtic have tended to kick on from these late winner games so far this season. You think back to the derby against Rangers, which came hot off the heels of the late winner against Dundee United, and even the cup final against Hibs, which came a few days after the last gasp victory at Ross County. So hopefully we're about to kick on now, and going into Thursday night we can find a way to overturn this deficit against Bodo Glimt. I think something special could happen on Thursday night, but we'll maybe revisit that thought later in the week as we preview that game. What else is happening at Celtic? Well, the club had an exclusive interview with Christopher Jullien that went out on their YouTube channel earlier today. There wasn't a whole lot to report. There was bits on the relationship between Carol Starfelt and Cameron Carter-Vickers and Stephen Welsh as well. There was bits on how difficult Jullien's recovery was to come through over the last, whatever it's been, 14 months or so. So definitely check that out if you've maybe not got plans this evening, you're a bit bored. It'll fill 7 or 8 minutes of your life. Maybe if you are going out to the pub, don't cancel your plans. There was nothing major in it from Christopher Jullien. Elsewhere, this offside from yesterday. Let's see if you can work out which one of Celtic's players were adjudged to have been offside here. A wee clue is that he doesn't have very much hair. I mean, there's at least 4 players playing him on side there. Moving on, and while one Greek god was celebrating yesterday, another one is today, because it was Giorgos' day yesterday, and it's also Georgios' day today. 37 years old is Georgios Samaras. Now, I had to look this up, because I swear Samaras was 37 when he left Celtic, never mind today. Turns out he was still somehow in his 20s when he left Celtic, but happy birthday anyway, Sammy. We've not forgotten about you. It's another busy week for Celtic, as we know. 2 pretty big fixtures in Europe and in the Premiership. And a big week for 67 Hail Hail as well. We'll be building up to both of those fixtures. We'll have reactions to both. We'll have Jackie McNamara on the channel, I think, on Wednesday. And we're also going to have a bit of a Celtic hero on for a chat, probably at the weekend as well. So loads happening. We're going to leave it there for today. Don't forget to give us a sub as we go for 27k in that Carol Starfelt first goal for Celtic. Take care, everyone, and hail hail.